Our next guest is one of my faves. He's a charming dude. He's also a talented R&B singer who recently released his controversial song, I Hit It First. And he also is the host of Oxygen's Bad Girls All-Star Battle. Please welcome the fabulous Ray J.
So let's dive into what's happening with Wendy Williams and this drama involving Ray J. So, there's this rapper from Sacramento called Stunna Girl Brown. She went on her Instagram and started talking about how Ray J might have messed with Wendy Williams' head when she was going through her breakdown. Apparently, she thinks Ray J got Wendy into some heavy stuff during that time. Stunna Girl's basically calling out Ray J, saying he needs to own up to what he did to Wendy. She's questioning how their relationship affected Wendy, who's been dealing with health issues and financial troubles lately. Stunna Girl's got everyone talking about Ray J, wondering if he's to blame for Wendy's current situation. People are speculating about Ray J's influence on Wendy, especially when they were spotted together during her rough patch. Stunna Girl's not holding back, claiming Ray J might have pushed Wendy into a downward spiral. So, there's been some crazy stuff going down with Ray J and Wendy Williams lately. It's got everyone buzzing and speculating about what really went on between them. Rapper Stunna Girl dropped a bombshell on Instagram, accusing Ray J of pushing Wendy Williams into a drug binge. She claims Ray J got Wendy hooked on drugs after they had a fallout over business. Wendy never hid this fact about her.
I had a very long radio career, over 20 years. I interviewed Whitney once in 2003, and many of you all recall that interview. Some of the things that Whitney and I have in common that bonded us, the love of our mother and father, Whitney and I, same age, and both plagued with the demon of substance abuse.
This is what made Stunna Girl say, instead of constantly being worried about me, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been the same since you took her on that drug binge gang. Stunna Girl, who's 25, called out Ray J, who's 43, saying he needs to own up to what he did to Wendy, claiming she hasn't been the same since he introduced her to that lifestyle. Wendy has been upfront about her battles with addiction, as seen in her docu-series, Where's Wendy Williams? Stunna Girl didn't provide proof for her claims, but she made these accusations right after announcing she and her husband were cutting ties with Ray J. They had partnered with him after Stunna Girl's success on Zeus Network, but something clearly went south between them. Her husband hinted it wasn't an amicable split, and Stunna Girl's fiery posts seemed to back that up. She called Ray J out for allegedly trying to be someone he's not, accusing him of some pretty shady stuff with girls in his team. Stop speaking on me. You're nothing but a Hollywood kid who's having a midlife crisis at 50, faking a gangster image. Once you couldn't pay us for clout and my husband for protection anymore, you started trying to be him. You even tattooed your face like his laughing my A off. Bye. And also, you pay for H's all day but won't pay your team. You're a professional John. You was just gassing Sook saying you had her sign an NDA after you got some of that cat. BIHS can't be on your network unless they pleasing you. You're the biggest creep of them all. Ray J hasn't clapped back yet, so we're all waiting to see how he'll respond. But it's interesting to note that Stunna Girl exposed people before too. She has a thing for speaking up about folks that she finds shady. So let's say a few things about the drama between Stunna Girl, Zeus Network, and Liam Palmer. So let's break down what's going on. Last year, the baddies were gearing up for another season, right? Fans were hyped, but then Stunna Girl dropped a bomb on Twitter saying she's done with Zeus. She straight up said the network's a mess, especially when it comes to money. She was like, I'm not coming back unless I get paid what I deserve, separate from all that other drama. And boy, did she spill the tea. She claimed Zeus was practically begging her to come back after that. Then she really went off. She started calling out Liam Palmer, the CEO, alleging he's been into some sketchy stuff, like domestic violence and other shady things. She even posted videos supposedly showing him getting physical with some of the girls. And that's not all. She threw shade at the whole cast, saying most of them are broke, living large for the gram, but only a handful are really making bank. Liam tried to do damage control with a video featuring his wife, but let's just say it wasn't exactly a convincing PR move. Now, you gotta call it as it is. Stunna Girl may have been onto something then. as she might be onto something now. This isn't the first time we've heard dirt about Zeus. Remember when Vicky sued them? It seems like Stunna Girl had all this dirt bottled up, and once she left, she decided to spill it all. But here's the thing. If Zeus had treated her right and paid her what she deserved, she wouldn't have dropped these bombs. I've always said Zeus isn't innocent in all this reality TV drama. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than what they show us. And let's talk contracts. Stunna Girl said most of the cast is broke. Nobody ain't precisely counting their pockets, but it wouldn't surprise folks. They're flexing online, but who knows what's really in their bank accounts. And that's the thing about reality TV. You sign those contracts, they own your image and can control what you do. It's like signing your life away without reading the fine print. And if you cross them, they can easily cut you out and ruin your career. Now, we still have a few more things to say about Wendy and Ray J. They have had a bumpy friendship in the spotlight. You've probably caught them together on Wendy's show, where they've dished out some real talk on Hollywood drama and Ray J's projects. Their on-screen chemistry's been good, but behind the scenes, it's been rocky. Stunna Girl's accusations have definitely stirred the pot, bringing their past controversies back into the limelight. Despite the drama, their friendship and work together keep people talking, showing how wild things can get when fame mixes with personal drama. And Wendy's been through a lot with her addiction battles, being open about her struggles with cocaine and alcohol.
For some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house. I am driven by my 24-hour sober coach back to a home, lights out by 10 p.m. So I go to my room and I stare at the ceiling and I fall asleep to wake up to come back here to see you. So that is my truth. I lost over a decade of my life being hooked on cocaine.
Wendy says back then, she was able to turn her life around without rehab.
I don't know how, except God was sitting on my shoulder and I just stopped.
Wendy made headlines when she collapsed on live TV in 2017. She attributed the fall to her Graves' disease.
She even had a tough spell during the pandemic, which led to some serious health scares. Experts think her substance issues might have played a role in her developing frontotemporal dementia, FTD, a form that hits younger folks. Her son mentioned her doctors linking her condition to alcohol-induced dementia. The docu-series, Where is Wendy Williams?, digs into how her addiction struggles have complicated her life, especially as she deals with FTD and aphasia. Experts say substance abuse can mess with your brain's decision-making, which might have fueled Wendy's challenges. Her addiction's a huge part of her story, shaping the ups and downs she's faced. Now, what's up with Wendy? Well, we know that Wendy kinda got back in the spotlight lately because of all the Diddy drama that we've been seeing. And you know well that Diddy and Wendy have always had a rough history. It all started back in the 90s when Wendy was on a radio gig, and she dropped bombshells about Diddy's personal life. She claimed he was trading favors in Hollywood and hinted at his sexuality live on air. This got her canned from her radio job at Hot 97 in New York, and every other station in the city was told not to touch her.
Puffy Combs' trial has begun, and, you know, the prosecutors are saying that Puffy fired at least one gunshot into the ceiling of the nightclub, which is, like, ridiculous. This whole thing happened back, of course, in December of '99. That comment came during the opening statements, and 3 people were injured during a shooting. Of course, Shine and Anthony Wolf Jones, the bodyguard, will also be standing trial. They're also saying that when the gunshots rang out, now whoever threw the, pulled the trigger, whatever, Puffy ran out of the club so fast and got into the waiting SUV that it wasn't until he got into the truck that he realized that he left Jennifer behind, along with his bodyguard, Anthony Wolf. He just, like, ran. Forget it. That's a true sign of an itch bag, by the way. Leaving his
I thought it was an unk pay.
Well, eventually, Jennifer and Wolf made their way to the SUV without Puffy.
Right.
They ran 11 lights to elude the cops. Supposedly it was Puffy, although people are saying they saw a female hand tossing a gun out the window. And then when the cops stopped them, they found a second gun, of course, in the car.
Right.
All 4 of the occupants, the driver, the bodyguard, Puffy, and Jennifer, were handcuffed and taken down to the precinct. And eventually, Puffy and his bodyguard, Wolf, were overheard
talking about their plot to bribe the driver to take the rap for the gun. And Puffy was overheard saying, and I quote, because the prosecutor said this, "I can't go to jail, I'm Puff Daddy."
Wendy even said she had scandalous pics of Diddy with another guy in Cancun, but before she could spill more, Diddy got her axed and practically banned her from NY radio. Fast forward to today, Jaguar Wright's interview praises Wendy for calling out what she dubbed homo thugs, specifically pointing fingers at Diddy. It shows how much clout Diddy had back then, blacklisting Wendy like that.
There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. So
he's only gotten richer and more powerful since. Wendy later hinted on her talk show that a hip-hop mogul, hint Diddy, was behind her firing for exposing his gay status. She didn't name names, but it was pretty clear. Wendy spilled about how much Diddy despised her, sending his girl groups to intimidate her at work. Lucky her boyfriend stepped in, or who knows what would have gone down. Wendy thought she was in the clear once she hit it big on daytime TV, but she slipped up when she started poking at Diddy and Cassie's relationship.
So, Puffy wants Cassie back. Oh, it's been all over social media. He's using it to try to help him, to get support. Cassie posted a photo of herself the other day. Here's the photo. And he commented, "Love you forever." Well, I thought that he was now with a 22-year-old. Or something. Maybe not a permanent girlfriend, but just snacking around. Puffy posted a picture of Michael Jackson's song, "Lady in My Life," and wrote, "If anyone sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song 100 times.
She tried to warn us about Diddy's influence and how he can make problems disappear with money. Back then, people brushed it off, but now with Jaguar's interview, it seems Diddy's been greasing palms to stay out of trouble. Remember when Cassie and Diddy split? Wendy called out how he treated Cassie like his possession. Looking back, Wendy wasn't wrong, but we weren't ready to hear it, especially Diddy. Even when he appeared on Wendy's show, trying to bury the hatchet, it felt more like a PR stunt. Diddy clearly wasn't over Wendy's digs. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen the roller coaster Wendy's been on. From passing out on live TV dressed as the Statue of Liberty, to strange behavior and memory issues, something's not right. Last year, she left her show due to health problems, revealing she has serious dementia. Fans waited for updates, and her documentary shed light on just how bad things had gotten, exposing people leeching off her and ripping her off. Her family backed her claims, saying she was being exploited. In 2022, Wells Fargo even froze her accounts over suspicions of shady transactions by her team. Wendy had to appoint a financial guardian, but that backfired when they turned out to be stealing from her. Her son and sister spoke out, wondering why strangers were managing her affairs instead of family. Wendy's health issues were compounded by excessive drinking, according to her doctor. Her documentary sparked comparisons to Britney Spears' conservatorship ordeal, highlighting how the industry can control outspoken stars. Despite it all, Wendy continued her Las Vegas gig, raking in millions she couldn't touch due to the conservatorship. Celebs like Dave Chappelle and Kanye West chimed in, sharing their own battles with industry control. It's a wild ride, and Jaguar's interview suggests Wendy might not be exaggerating after all. Her fears about Diddy and the industry may be more spot on than we thought. And what about Ray J?
You went after some older women, bro.
He's good.
Yeah, I'm like,
I love it.
I'm looking at, I'm like,
listen.
Is it true, kid? If I go out of bed, could you?
Shay,
yeah.
You have a fucking book.
My team good, man. The team good, man. Was it the allure of an older woman? It was the fact that somebody was like 15, 20, 30 years older than you. What was your attraction? Was it the name? Was it the allure? What was it?
You know, with an older woman back in the day when I was like 15, 14, I had a girl, she was like 34. I was like 14. How long is that? 14, 20. That's
19, 20 years.
20 years older. What the older woman made me realize was that I was dirty. And I needed to be cleaned. I needed to be cleaned.
Yeah.
I need to be cleansed. I was dirty, right? Literally. Dirty-minded. Dirty in the field. And bodily dirty. So my little 30-year-old, like she was, I think 34. I'm gonna say D. You know what I'm talking about? So I would go over to her house. She had all white. And what happened was she told me to take a shower one day before I got in her bed. So I took a shower. I just rubbed myself. I thought I did. I mean, everywhere. Shit. I get out the shower and I take the white towel and I dry myself off. And the towel, dirty as a... Dirty is still dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably bathed myself drying off better than I did in the shower, right? Towel dirty than a motherfucker. So she start tripping. That ain't how I go. So she put me in the tub in roses and bathed me every night until I got in the bed. And the tub was, I mean, it was unsittable. Nobody could sit in there after that. It was just a pool with the ring around it, really dirty.
Yeah.
So they really taught me how to be clean. And that's why I love an older woman, because they really just, they like bathed me. They cleansed me of all dirt and all sin back in the day. And I'll never forget them.
You still interested in older women?
I'm old now, so I can't. I don't know. Pussy too old now. I mean, we talking 80, 90, you know, like 95. But I love a 95-year-old woman, don't get me wrong. I just don't want to bother her.
Right.
I don't want to bother her. I don't want to mess with her like that right now. Fuck up her day.
In a recent interview on the talk show Club Shay Shay, singer Ray J opened up about a past relationship he had as a teenager with a woman who was nearly 20 years older than him. Ray J stated that when he was around 14 or 15 years old, he dated a 34-year-old woman who he said cleansed him of his dirt and all sin. Ray J recounted how the older woman would have him shower at her home, followed by bathing him in a tub filled with roses. He mentioned that this experience taught him cleanliness and expressed his fondness for older women who took such good care of him, cleansing him thoroughly of dirt and sin in those days. However, when Ray J's comments were shared on social media, many viewers expressed outrage and considered the situation to be a clear case of SA and harassment. They felt deeply disturbed by Ray J's recollection of the relationship and the older woman's actions towards the teenage Ray J. The interview has sparked significant backlash, with people condemning Ray J's statements and the older woman's behavior as completely unacceptable and harmful towards a teenager. The incident has raised serious concerns about the power dynamics and exploitation involved in such relationships between teens and much older adults. As we can see, things are still getting weirded by the day with Ray J. Some are confused, others, not so much. It's been like that with him since the get-go. So, as we've unraveled Wendy Williams' turbulent journey through the highs and lows of fame, it's clear she's been a bold voice in an industry known for its shadows. From her fearless radio days to her controversial revelations about Diddy and beyond, Wendy hasn't shied away from speaking her truth, even when it meant facing backlash and personal struggles. Her story isn't just about celebrity gossip, it's about power dynamics, personal battles with health, and the complexities of fame. Wendy's journey serves as a stark reminder of the industry's dark side, where influence and wealth can silence voices and exploit vulnerabilities. Through it all, Wendy Williams has remained a resilient figure, challenging perceptions and shedding light on issues that often go unspoken. Her journey, marked by controversies, health challenges, and legal battles, reflects larger societal debates about freedom, control, and the price of speaking out. As we reflect on her impact, Wendy's story prompts us to question who holds power in the entertainment world and how voices like hers can shape our understanding of celebrity culture. Whether you agree with her or not, Wendy Williams' legacy is undeniable, a testament to courage, resilience, and the enduring quest for truth in an industry where narratives are carefully crafted and fiercely protected.